Alright, in this section I'm going to be going over Jack's full crouch game in the open ground. And this is usually initiated by either hitting full crouch down back 1 or even down 4. Anything that puts him into full crouch, but usually a lot of the mind games are going to start after full crouch down back 1 because that leaves him +5 on block. Down back 1's another option. But his best one leaves him a +5, full crouch down back 1. So I just want to show you what some of the options are after this. He has the uppercut rush, which on counter hit, a lot of people know, gives a lot of damage. And so you don't want to get hit by that, so don't attack. I'll go over what options you do have after we go through all of Jack's options, or at least his most common ones. Another full crouch down back one's another option he has, but considering the pushback on the first one and hit, a lot of times it doesn't even hit, or it doesn't have the range to hit unless you dash in or try to attack. So this isn't going to happen a lot. One backdash is also going to get away from it really easy and get him launched. So it's an option he has, probably not his best one, but you might see it. Full crouch down forward 1 to down 4. I like this one a lot because, as you'll see, it tracks to the side that a lot of options get beat by. It keeps him in full crouch. It keeps his pressure game up because he's still at +2. It just puts a good distance between the two, where if they try to retaliate at this point, one backdash is probably going to get you away from a lot of their stuff, give you an opportunity with punish. And then go to the while standing options. While standing 1, while standing 4, which is uninterruptible, obviously. While standing, and that's uninterruptible after regular down back 1 on hit as well. So after full crouch down back 1 and hit, while standing 2-1 is uninterruptible. So you'll see that a lot. It's hit confirmable. Just a good move if people don't know about the frame advantage or don't know how to move around it. Full crouch down forward 1+2. Another move that tracks to Jack's weak side out of full crouch. Gives him a guaranteed forward 3+4. And throw. This one is one I particularly use when my back's to the wall. Smack him with this, get the frame advantage, hit it, try to get him with a 1 throw. Because no matter what, if they break it or get hit by it, the position changes. So those are the more common options you're going to see. And there's two options that beat a lot of this stuff. And it really depends on kind of your skill level, your characters, what options they use, all of that. So first off, I've got Jack. I think I've got Jack ready ahead of time to do a lot of his more common options here. First, I'm going to show off sidestep right. Sidestep right beats a lot of his more common options out of full crouch, even if you get hit by full crouch down back 1. So you're at -5. A quick step to the right is going to get around a lot of his options. So let's see here. Okay. Using Jack is a bad example. Okay, let's see if I can do it better. Alright. So Jack's too much of a fat ass to do it consistently. It gets around a lot of the options. Let's see what with Marduk, which will get around all the options. While standing 1, while standing 2-1, while standing 3, while standing 4, another while full crouch down back 1. The biggest thing to know about getting around these moves is specifically while standing 2-1. So at this point, you're going to sidestep the first hit, but if you only do a small sidestep, the second hit can track you. So if you're pretty confident that they're going to do a while standing move and you're going to step to the right, you want to make your launch as fast as possible. Like that, so you don't get clocked by the second hit and knocked down. Alright, so now let's see some of the options. And then it also beats his uppercut rush, which is what I have programmed on this one, I believe. There we go. And those fuck-ups illustrate a good point that I wanted to make. When you're stepping around a lot of these, you have to be cautious not to input your launcher too quickly, depending on the move. As you saw there, I was trying to sidestep and launch too quickly, and it made my hitbox bigger, and so the uppercut rush was actually counter-hitting me, regardless. So that's one of the big things that I notice. People are talking about the difference between Korean movement and American movement and what that difference is. That is one of the big differences. For one, they know how to sidestep, wait for a whiff, and launch it instead of just mindlessly sidestepping into a launcher and getting hit anyway. So that's one of the big things people need to know about stepping, is that you want to wait for the whiff, because if you just mindlessly step and launch, your hitbox actually gets much bigger, and you'll end up getting tagged by something you should have stepped anyway. Not the case with every move. Like you saw, it's really easy to get around Jack while standing 2-1 by just a quick step launch, and that's what you've got to do. But against some moves, you've really got to step it, wait for it to whiff, and then punish. I know I've been getting ready for Guts. I've been practicing against some of the characters that wreck Jack, like Miguel and Lee, and it's like that. If you're getting down forward 1 spammed by those 2 characters as Jack, you can sidestep left down forward 1. But if you try to sidestep left and launch it too quickly, it's going to track you. So stuff like that. So just a tip for everyone in general, when you're sidestepping moves, just wait for them to whiff before you launch, so you don't get tagged when you shouldn't. Alright, so again, I showed the while standing moves. I'll show the uppercut rush one more time here. Get nice and close so I'm not just outranging it. See, I screwed it up again. Can't follow my own advice. I keep screwing it up, but trust me, it works. You saw it work at least once. The other option, if your backdash is good enough, is to backdash a lot of the options. I know I've had this done to me a lot by players like Anakin and Speed Kicks. Just players with really solid backdashing. You can backdash a lot of these options, so my backdashing isn't nearly as good as theirs, but let's see what I can do. See, I suck. Yeah, see, I'm not good at that. That's why I always sidestep to the right. But a lot of the options can be back, especially it's a lot easier after like a regular down back one when you're at less disadvantage. But it can be done from either, especially depending on how far away the full crouch down back one initially hits. So backdashing is an option. It's not an option I can do consistently or at all. So the 2 big options are sidestep right, gets around a lot of the things that a Jack player will do, and backdashing. Now these again aren't be-all options. He has options that'll track sidestep right. He has options that'll reach a backdash. But what you're doing here is interrupting their flow. You're taking the easy mode out of Jack. If a Jack player can just run over you with full crouch mix-up and forward 1, they're going to have a really good time, and it's going to be really easy, and you're going to have a really bad time. So let me just show you some of the options that track sidestep right. Down 4. Again, that's one of the ones that I really like to use. So down 4. His homing move, up back 1+2. This is an option that not a lot of players use. Anakin used to use. I see Anakin using this a lot in Tekken 6, but not so much in this game. It's a good tracking option that gives them a really good position if you think they're going to step after that. It also has a pretty good range, so it'll actually catch a sidestep or a backdash a lot of the time too, and it's safe. So it's not a bad option to throw out. So down 4, the homing move. Full crouch down forward 1+2 will also track sidestep right. I'm not going to get knocked down this time. Alright. And then advancing grab. So those are the options he has. And now, So, like I said, he has options, but your goal here is to make him have to think about those options. Take away the easy mode, take away the autopilot, make him think about it. And that's when the mind games are going to start happening, because if he's just rolling over you with frame traps, you're just going to have a really bad time. One quick note, specifically about full crouch down forward 1+2. I know in a recent tournament, well, I guess it wasn't that recent anymore, I had to play Rampage from New York City, really good Jack player. And that was one of the options he started going to. And that was really good against my characters, because my characters don't sidestep hopkick in those situations. But I'm pretty sure I can try it with Marduk up forward 4 here. Let's see. Alright. So if your first inclination is to sidestep quickly to the right and hop kick, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, it'll beat that option too. So it all depends on your character matchup. So that is a pretty good option that tracks. Z was doing that to me, and it caught me a little bit off guard. But that's one more option that you beat if you have a hop kick character. Sidestep to the right hop kick, you're going to catch all the while standing options, you're going to catch the uppercut rush, and you're going to beat that one option that he has. Again, making him really have to think about what he's going to do. So that should about cover the basics of Jack's full crouch game and how to get around it. If you can limit his options after that, I'm very comfortable with hitting full crouch down back 1 and then just backdashing. But if I'm going to have a really easy time, I'll take the really easy time. So take that easy time away from the Jack player and make him have to think about it. Alright.